Okay, this is going to be a short little video demonstrating a proposed website that I have to replace the existing nortec.org website. It can be viewed at ensignweb.org. Um, that's just a domain that I had available, and obviously if we accept this version, it'll be placed at the nortec.org server. So let me give you a quick run through. This is just a graphic image that we could replace with any other graphic down the road, or just remove it completely and have more room for articles. But it's kind of neat because you can click on any one of the counties and be taken to their website, and that brings it up in a separate window. So if you close that window, you go right back to your Nortec website. The directory is the North State directory, which is from our website initiative, and all of these websites, these are sorted by category, but all the websites are created by the participants to our website initiative seminars. So all of these people design these websites themselves, which is pretty cool. And most of them, some of them are still in operation and some are not. So if we click on the website link, we may, in this case we got a nice website, a real estate website that was created by the owners of the real estate company. That's pretty impressive. Both that they could do it and that our instructors could get them on the right track, which is very nice. So that's the directory, North State directory of websites that we helped our participants put together. Events is a typical events application. This little calendar is linked to it, so all the events that are highlighted on this calendar can also be found here via the menu, as well as here we'll list the top 3 or 4 upcoming events. I just have some test dummy events in here right now. Test event 1 and test event 2, both occurring on the 26th of February. And I have to convert that date to an American date. Right now it's set at a European date. So we could list all events, we can list all the venues. Right now I only have Sierra Nevada Big Room and Nortec Conference Room with tiny pictures. I need to figure out how to make those a little bit bigger. And categories, right now I only have 2 categories, and we'll need to add more as it becomes appropriate. And this is available to the general public. Everything you see now is available to the general public, so the public can add an event and add a venue. And it's moderated, which means it won't automatically just go in. I'm sorry, I guess I had changed my mind on that. If you go to add an event or add a venue, you'll be asked to log in because only registered users can add an event or add a venue. Now we can change this just by one little selection on the configuration file. If we decide that we want the general public to be able to add events, we can do that. And we can have them moderated so that they have to get approval. One of us will have to look at the event or the venue and approve it before it actually gets published to the website. Right now, though, they are able to they have to be a registered user to be able to add events and venues. I'm not going to log in right now because I'm going to show you something else about that. This forum is a typical website user forum with various topics, categories. Basically, we can create the categories at some point. I haven't done that yet. And then any of the registered users can, I believe that the way I've got it set up now, anybody from the public can read the topics, but only registered users can post replies. And I think there's going to be a couple of topics, like staff-related ones, that only registered users and above will be able to read. And here's meetings. Meetings are basically events, but they have their own requirements, and they're so much integrated into our culture at Nortec that they deserve their own menu item. So within meetings we have agendas, Now instead of presenting them in a drop-down list box like the current nortec.org website does, we're just laying them out flat, ordered by date, and you can click on one of these and get the agenda for that particular meeting. This one was put together by Terry Ann Brown. Okay, now we'll go back. Now let me show you something interesting on the home page. If we if we are a registered user and we go ahead and log in, and registering is easy, we just click on the register link and it asks you to fill in about 4 fields, and then approval is required. So they'll be sent an email that they have to respond to make sure it's a real person. And we can also moderate that so that somebody else has to look at it and approve it too before they're allowed in. But once you've signed in as a user, you get a different, an additional menu here, which is a user menu. You can look at your profile, and that's just basic information about yourself. If you had any forum posts on the user forum, they'd appear here. If you had any events that you either created or are registered to attend, those will show up here. And I had created this test one. You can update our profile. Here's our contact information. And here's our information about how we want the forum entries to be presented to us specifically. And we can change our image, our avatar. So that's our profile. And again, that's on the new user menu that only appears when you're logged in. And so this will also show you your events from here. You can submit news from here, submit links, check in all the articles that you may have written but not published yet, log out, manage content. This is kind of interesting. It'll show you every news article that you've created or edited, whether they're published or not, a bunch of information about them. Okay, so this is everything that you're responsible for on the website. So for example, now that I'm logged in, if I went to the same event I clicked on before, which is just a simple test event, I can have the power to edit this event and save the changes to it. I wouldn't have been able to edit it if I wasn't logged in. Something that demonstrates that ability a little bit better is, let's go home and look at one of these news items. Like in this case, this letter was written by Charlie Brown, or actually we had a professional writer write it for him. But now you see this little icon that didn't appear before I was logged in. Now that I'm logged in as a registered user, I get this little icon that allows me to edit any news article I'm looking at. So I can go in here and change anything about this. So that includes any of the events or agendas, minutes. And so it makes it really collaborative. You can ask somebody else in the organization to pull up one of those agendas or minutes and ask them to help you edit it. You can change the section that it appears in, the category that it appears in, whether or not it's published right now, so it'll appear on the website. If you don't want your own name appearing as an author, you can change that. You can put some keywords for the robots that search the site. And one more thing I want to show you before I'm done. Every article on the website now will have the comment system associated with it. So as people run across the articles there, even the public can create comments and submit them, and they'll show just like you've seen on a lot of websites where people can make comments about it. We can remove that if we have a lot of problems with spam or pornographic or profanity, something like that. But usually that doesn't present too much of a problem. We also have some security built in where they'll have to use a CAPTCHA image. Okay, there's a lot more to come, But for right now, it's basically a fully functional website with the ability to submit news articles, events, venues, and manage those, manage that content. And we have permissions built in so that certain people can see certain parts of the website and change them and other people can't. So we're on our way to having a fully functional website. I'll be very curious about your comments, whether you like it or hate it. Please tell me. lsmith@leonsmith.com. Thank you.